going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If you are here, you can hear me clearly. Please drop your ones in the chat. Please drop your ones in the chat. Drop your ones in the chat if y'all can hear me out there so we can get right into today's show. Drop your ones in the chat so we can get right into today's show. Okay, let's see if you guys can hear me. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Okay. Let me get a couple of more ones. Y'all. If you are in the building and you can hear me clearly, drop a one in the chat. Let me get 3 more ones, y'all. Get 3 more ones. Okay. I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone that's in the building right now. Shout out to everyone that is in the building right now. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Make sure you guys can see me. Give me 1 second. Make sure you guys can see me clearly. Building. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. That's better. Shout out to y'all, man. We're going to get into it today. Man, all I have to say is it's not looking good for your boy Diddy, man. It's not looking good. But we got another great show lined up for you guys today. Another lesson for us. So let's shout everyone out. Let's see who's in the building. First of all, before I shout you guys out, shout out to everyone who came through yesterday. Shout out to all the new supporters. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the new supporters. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. We got another great show lined up for you guys today. Let's see who's in the building, and then we're going to get into it. Shout out to my man, Ant, for starting it off right and hitting that super chat. Shout out to Ant, home of the official YT Purge. He says, salute, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Great topic. I was wondering what happened to E.Ness. He did have some mic skills, though. Facts. You know, he from Philly. Them Philly boys could rap. But shout out to Ant. I appreciate the super chat, bro. Wild Country updates and more. Salute. Shout out to Mark McJoy in the building. Shout out to my man Mark. What's good, Mark? Hey, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. One of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to you, Miss Classy Creole. I appreciate you. So we are 1 for 1 in the building. Shout out to New York Nikki baby. What's up, Nikki baby? How you doing? Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute. He said Machine Gun Funk wasn't my favorite song on the album, but it was cool. Yeah. You know, that first Biggie album had a lot of boom bap. You know, a lot of that was, you know, he had a lot of old school tracks on there. Shout out to Big Cap in the building. What's good, Big Cap? Salute. Shout out to Itch. What up, Itch? What's good? What's good? Big Cap says, who knew a song about being a heathen and going to hell could cause heaven? Seems like perfect place to go platinum. Shout out to my man Big Cap in the building. Make sure y'all go and check out the merch. If y'all haven't checked out the Sheep Stay Sleep TV merch, click that link. That link is in the chat. Go ahead and click that link, y'all, and check out the merch, man. Check out the merch. Whatever you see you like, you cop it, and we'll send it straight to you. Let's see who else is in the building. Shout out to my man. What up, AC? What's good? What's good? He says, salute DS1, lovely lady mods and visionaries. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate your support. Hey, Miss Camille, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you being in the building. I appreciate you always coming through and taking care of business for me. I appreciate that, Miss Camille. So we are 2 for 2 on the lovely lady mods today. We are 2 for 2 on the lovely lady mods. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Monica Howard in the building. What's up, Monica? How you doing? What's up, Cynical? Shout out to the Cynical one. Shout out to my man Mac in the building. What up, Mac? Shout out to Mac Mean, TSTV. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you, my brother. If y'all are in the building, if y'all are in the vertical feed, just double tap the screen. But make sure y'all support the show, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. The like should be up. Make sure you share the show. If you support this type of content, share this show, man. Share this show because we're going to get into it. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. We're going to talk about this, man. Yeah, Biggie was wilding too. Oh, yeah. See, Mac, you know there's always a method to my madness. We're going to get to that once I start the show. You know it's always a method to my madness. Facts, Big Cat. Facts. Nanette Holbert. How you doing, Nanette? How you doing? Crip Blue says free Diddy. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Shout out to everyone that's in the building, man. Get those likes up. Double tap the screen if you're in the vertical feed. Double tap the screen if you are in the vertical feed. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, appreciate that, Mac. See, what y'all have to understand, when I told y'all Diddy was going to jail, y'all got to understand why I said that. It's because the same way they did Bill Cosby, the same way they did R. Kelly, is the same way they're doing Diddy. So what makes y'all think that Diddy's any different? They got Bill Cosby, the Pudding Man. They got Bill Cosby. Y'all think they won't get Diddy? Y'all thought Diddy was coming home, right? Y'all think Diddy gonna make bail? Why R. Kelly couldn't make bail? Huh? I'm gonna tell you why Diddy's not gonna get out of jail. And we're gonna go into it a little more tomorrow. But see, Diddy's not gonna get out of jail because there's more and more people coming out. There's stories coming out by the day about what this man has done to him. Did y'all think Diddy was going to get out of jail and they got a whole goddamn Tubi movie about him? Did y'all see the Tubi movie about Diddy? About all of the stuff we've been talking about? They done made it a movie. That boy Harvey don't play no games. And guess who's in the movie? Stevie J, Little Rod, Aubrey O'Day. Yeah. Mark Curry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did y'all just hear about the Justin Bieber allegations? Now, Diddy got Bieber problems. You think they're gonna free that man? You think they're gonna let him free? Huh? Well, now he has Bieber allegations. On top of the girl Dawn Richards that he took out of Danity Kane. He kicked Dawn out the group and put her in another group called Dirty Money. You heard her story just came out about how she was being forced to sleep with Diddy. Y'all think they're going to let this man out of jail? We're going to get into more of that tomorrow. We're going to get into more of that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Shout out to my man Hubert in the building. What up, Hubert? Salute, my guy. How you been, bro? He says, salute to you, good sir. This Diddy situation gets worse by the hour. Facts. So today, we're going to talk about another story that just hit the media. Another story. Shout out to my OG Elisino in the building. Salute, champion. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you, OG. Right? Now we have ex-bad boy / making a band artist, ex-bad boy rapper, E.Ness. Y'all remember E.Ness from Making a Band? Y'all remember E.Ness? Right? From Battle Rap. Y'all remember E.Ness? He was part of the crew who had to walk for cheesecake. And let me say this real quick. Did y'all know this? Did y'all know that Diddy made them walk for cheesecake for Beyonce? Did y'all know that? Because that has came out too. Yeah, so sorry to break y'all ladies' hearts. If you love Beyonce, she's a pass around too. Yeah. Diddy made those people from Making a Band walk to Junior's for Beyonce. Because Beyonce wanted cheesecake. So he made them walk to go get it. You know. Yeah. So today we talking about E.Ness. Shout out to OK. Appreciate that super sticker, OK. And his newest, his most current interview, shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame, right? Shout out to Uncle Ra and those guys over there at 15 Minutes of Fame, which is battle rap media, you know. And in that interview, he spoke on what happened to him and some of the things that he experienced with Diddy. And what he disclosed is something that is even more damaging to Diddy's reputation. You see. See, all of this stuff that's coming out about Diddy, what y'all got to understand, the stuff that's coming out about him, all these new things that are coming out by his ex-artists and people that worked with him and all of that stuff, all of this stuff is doing is substantiating Cassie's case. See, y'all not paying attention to that. You see? See, you can't say a person is lying about something when 10 other people got the same goddamn story about you? You see? You see? This is why Diddy is not going to get out of jail. Because all the things that are coming out about Diddy now backs up what Cassie said about Diddy and the things she's accusing him of that people are saying are still allegations. Oh, these are allegations. These are allegations. Okay. Then why this girl said it? Then why this girl said it? Then why that man said it? Then why that man said it? See, y'all don't know what circumstantial evidence is? Y'all don't know what circumstantial evidence is? We're going to get to what he said. We're going to get to what he said, Nanette. But we got to walk it down. That's what we do over here. We walk it down. You see? What's up, reading books? They didn't say he mistreated them. Wonder why they didn't. What? Okay. Right, AC. It's all lining up. So to all of y'all who saying, oh, well, Cassie stayed and Cassie did, and Cassie stayed. And why would she stay? Why did Dawn Richards stay? Huh? Because they couldn't leave until he got rid of them. That's how Diddy set it up. Y'all thought they could have left on their own volition. It don't work like that. That's what y'all don't understand. And this is why we walk things down over here, Nanette, because we like to make things make sense. We did a show 2 weeks ago where Luther Campbell admitted that they make deals with the devil. So you think when you go make a deal with a person who works directly with the devil, you think you could just walk away when you're ready? Oh, why Cassie stayed? Why Cassie didn't leave? You think you could walk away when you ready? See, this is what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all think y'all be in control of shit, and you ain't even in control of your own thoughts. That's why you say dumb shit like, oh, well, why she didn't leave? Because she's contracted as an artist for the next 10 years. What the fuck you talking about? You know what a contract is? See, y'all don't be knowing what y'all be talking about. And y'all be putting y'all personal feelings and stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. When you sign to a record label, you signing over your life. Do you understand? The Lox was not making any money off music for 15 fucking years because of Diddy. They was not making any money. None. Until Diddy gave them their publishing back. Because he had them signed in a contract for 20 years. They didn't know. They was young kids. They didn't know. They were signed for 20 years. Yeah, the Lox. 20 years. And oh, why Cassie didn't leave? Shut up. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You think you could just walk away. Half of y'all can't even leave y'all boyfriends. And that nigga work at Kroger. But you gonna sit here and say she was stupid. She should have left a fucking billionaire who owned her. Oh, she should have left a billionaire who owned her? You can't leave that dusty nigga alone. What are you talking about? Y'all need to learn how shit works and stop just talking. You don't know how things work. That woman couldn't leave. She was in contract. Oh, you think Beyonce could just walk away from Jay-Z? You think it's that easy? You think it's, Taylor, this has to be said like this so people can understand. Because you know, in today's world, Taylor, people are not just willfully ignorant, but they are aggressively ignorant. We're in a time today where people are aggressively ignorant, where they'll get mad because they think the dumb shit they saying is right. They'll get mad at it. They'll get mad at you because they're saying something aggressively stupid. And they think because they saying it aggressive, it holds merit when they sound stupid. You can't leave your boyfriend, but you on the internet talking about why Cassie couldn't leave P. Diddy. This is why y'all need to take y'all feelings, y'all personal feelings, out of shit when you're speaking on shit like this. Because a lot of y'all take this shit personal. When you don't understand how the business works. You don't understand the power of a contract. These people own these people. What are you talking about? They own these people. Do you know that? Why do you think J-Lo keep running back to Ben Affleck? Because she ran around them to get away from Diddy. She ran away from Diddy. You know who else ran away from Diddy? Kim Porter. You know who else ran away from Diddy? Nicki Minaj. These niggas got plenty of victims. What are y'all talking about? Oh, they should have just, she could have left. She could have left. Really? So you think right now, after all the cheating Jay-Z done did to Beyonce, you think she could get up and walk away? Because she unhappy? See, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You think Beyonce could get up and leave? Mm-hmm. Huh? We come on. I want to know. Shout out to Mark Miller in the building. DS1, all the money Diddy paying his lawyers, and they didn't even file the bail application. They're about to crucify that man. See, Mark, you know what Diddy doesn't understand? That everybody's against him now. Diddy doesn't realize he's in hell, Mark. He's in hell. There's no help for him. See, Diddy doesn't realize where he's at. He's in hell. Everybody's around is a demon, and they're there to take from him. This is what happens when you sell your soul. We're going to talk about this next week. Diddy's in hell, Mark. That's why he getting done the way he getting done. He in hell. Welcome to hell. Didn't I tell y'all this? When you sell your soul, one day you gonna what? Wake up in hell. That's where Diddy's at. Ain't no bailout. Ain't no he get no bail. Ain't no he gonna be free. He's in hell. Do you understand that? Oh, you think I'm just talking? That nigga's in hell. See, what they taught us was being broke is being in hell. not having a nice car, not having nice luxury things in life is living in hell. They told you growing up in the hood, drinking tap water was living in hell. Right now, Diddy would rather go live on a goddamn subway in New York City than to be where he at. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet right now? Diddy rather be homeless than be in hell where he's at. How much you want to bet? You see? You see? This is why I said this is spiritual warfare. We need to be looking at this over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. This is why you're tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, because over here, we don't look at things like those guys. You see? And no offense to nobody. It's just over here, we do things a little different. We look at things a little different. Our analyzing skills is a little higher. You know, we read between lines and know what they saying when they don't say it type of shit. See, we're a little different over here. You see? And shout out to everybody who does their thing. But over here, we do our thing the way we do our thing. You see? Diddy's in hell. He's not in jail. Can you pay to get out of hell? Huh? Can you pay to get out of hell? Yes or no? Can you pay to get out of hell? That's what I want to know, because all you niggas love a bag, a bag, a bag, a bag, a bag, a bag, a bag. And a bag is the reason why Diddy's where he's at now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Matt says, sure can. Oh, it can? You could pay to get out of hell? You can? How much it cost, Matt? I mean, Matt. Matt 2 times. How much it costs to get out of hell, Matt? I mean, Matt. I mean, Matt 2 times. What you down with Casanova? Matt 2 times. Matt. Matt 2 times, y'all. His name ain't Matt. His name Matt. Matt 2 times. Put the 2X after Matt. Matt 2 times. How much it costs, Matt? 2 Matt. 2 Matt. 2 Matt the ape. Hey, yo, Mac, 2 Matt the ape. What up, John? Eternal fire. Eternal fire. Tell him again, OG. I want to know how much it costs, because Matt said we could pay for it. Matt started it cynical. He said we could pay for it. I want to know how much it costs. What up, T Church? I want to know how much it costs. That's all I want to know, AC. Shout out to my guy Zuma Duma in the building. Matty knits 2 times. Matty too hottie. Hey, Zuma, Matty too hottie. How the new drill rappers name their names? Matty too hottie. Matty Blicky. Matty Blicky. BRB says, I'd rather go to heaven. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Yeah, go on, get him gone, Matt. Oh, how about this, Zuma? Maddie to tack. Maddie to tack. Maddie moving to tack. That's your name, Matt. The next time you come in here, that's your new name. Matt moving to tack. Maddie Glizzy. Maddie Glizzy. Yo, y'all crazy. Shout out to my brother Dale Diddy in the building. Nah, these trolls, man. You know how these trolls be doing, bro. You know how we do the trolls over here, bro. Yeah. Word of bro. Word of bro, Maddie. Maddie, word of bro. Word of bro. Word of bro, Maddie. Maddie, keep the sitchy. Maddie, keep the sitchy. Maddie, two straps. Shout out to Wacky in the building. What up, Wacky? Matt Dillon. But yo, let's get to this video, man. Shout out to y'all that's in the building. Shout out to y'all. Let's get to this video with E.Ness talking about his experience with the band. And when I heard this, I was like, hold up. This is another thing that they can use against Diddy. Let's listen to what he said. Shout out to everyone in the building. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Uncle Ra, don't block me, Uncle Ra. This is for educational purposes only, man. I see you getting into the Diddy content, Uncle Ra. You want a piece of that Diddy pie. No Diddy. But you know what I'm talking about, Uncle Ra. So don't block me, Uncle Ra. This is for educational purposes only. It was a great interview, by the way. And shout out to E.Ness, man. I still rock with E.Ness. He sell cheesecake, by the way, too. He got his own Philly-style cheesecake. So shout out to E.Ness. Floor mat. Yeah, y'all. Hey, perfectly imperfect go. Hey, perfectly imperfect. King Ra in the building. What up, King Ra? Fair use, you two. Fair use. Let's get to this. Let's get to this content. Let's get to this content. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to everyone in the building, y'all. Y'all hit that like button if you coming in. If you are in the vertical feed, please double tap the screen. Just double tap your screen. Double tap your screen, y'all. So listen, y'all, if y'all just coming in, hit that like button, hit the like button. Tap the screen twice if you are in the vertical feed. Right now, we are watching this new interview by 15 Minutes of Fame. Shout out to Uncle Ra, where he's asking E.Ness about his Making a Band days. Because remember, E.Ness was part of Making a Band. You know? Remember, Diddy had his own reality show back then. It's called Making a Band. You know? And Ness was one of those people. So Uncle Ra's asking him, you know, what went on back then. Basically, his own way of asking him to give him a Diddy story. Okay? So if y'all never heard E.Ness, in which I ever really heard E.Ness speak on Diddy, you know, which is a good thing because that means that he's such a good rapper that nobody ever brings up, you know, his legal situations as far as being a recording artist. You know, Ness is such a good battle rapper and a great rapper that a lot of times when he get interviewed, they asking him about his battles. They asking him, you know, how he feel about the culture and things of that nature. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing E.Ness sit down and talk about what happened during the making the band stuff. This is the first time I'm seeing it. I'm not saying this is the first time he spoke about it, but this is the first time I'm seeing it. So this is what we're looking at right now. If you're just coming in, hit the like button, hit the share button as well. Hit that like button, hit that share button. The Cash App is going across the screen if you're enjoying the content. But make sure you hit the like button if you're here. What's up, Diamond? How you doing? Shout out to Matt Q in the building. Wacky says, MTV's making a band. If you're old enough to know about that show, then you know. Facts. Facts. Max says, he reinvented himself with battles. You got to pull Ness teeth to talk about Diddy. Philly built different, I believe. They are. They are, Mac. Absolutely. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. But remember, Mac, remember, Jaguar Wright is from Philly. Meek Mill is from Philly. Most didn't even make the tryouts, the callback. I saw somebody in the chat. Let me scroll up a little bit. If you in the building, make sure you hit the like button too. I saw somebody say something kind of funny. What's your name? Kashia says they was grown men listening to his dumb rules. Could they use the bathroom? So you telling me that a billionaire who's responsible for the likes of most of the music that you probably listen to, right, has dumb rules? Really? What's up, Asia? How you doing? Perfectly Imperfect says, did Babs finally come out the closet or nah? Nah, she didn't say nothing yet. Babs didn't say nothing yet. Jesse Suave says, so what am I watching? You're watching an interview from making a band artist E.Ness. He's telling his story about what happened during the Bad Boy tryouts for making a band. That's what we watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button since you're watching, Jesse. Shout out to Joe Blast in the building. Peace, my brother. Salute. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Let's get back into it. Now, y'all heard what he just said, right? He just said they all was sitting in the green room for 2 days straight. 2 days straight. Listen.
Morning.
Now, y'all heard what he said, right? Y'all heard what he said. He said, that's their system. That's their system. Bad Boy got a system. Rock Nation got a system. Everybody has a system. Right. Yeah. Keep listening. Keep listening. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. If you are here, hit the like button, y'all. Hit that. See, y'all heard that? So, when we talking about a guy like Diddy, do y'all see how far his tentacles stretch? Diddy was down with ASAP Ferg's pops. So now we done crossed 2-3 generations. and Diddy is there. You see, there'll be no Bad Boy logo without ASAP Ferg's father. You see? So Diddy is intertwined with a lot of different people who did a lot of different things, who do a lot of different things. So you're wondering why they're trying to hit Diddy with a RICO? You wonder why? J Bay. What's up, J Bay? Shout out to Brazil, man. Hit that like button, J Bay. Shout out to my man DMW Shots in the building. Being a member for 6 months, he says, TGI Friday, everybody make the weekend count. Facts. Shout out to Shots. Appreciate you for being a member, bro. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all are in the building. Hit that like button if y'all are in the building. We getting ready to get back into this video by E.Ness. He's at 15 Minutes of Fame, talking about his experience as being a making a band artist. Shout out to Baltimore in the building. If you in the building and you are on the vertical feed, double tap the screen, y'all. Double tap the screen. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, Mac, I hope you're still in the building, Mac. Let me know if you caught this too, Mac. Everyone who was a bad boy artist, right? If you notice, when they speak about Diddy, they always say that it's nothing wrong with his sexual preference. Do y'all notice that? Mac, if you're still in the building, do you notice that? All of these artists always brings up Diddy's sexuality. So many people done said Diddy needs to come out the closet. Diddy needs to live in his truth. Nothing's wrong with Diddy being the way that he is. And Diddy's always been this way. And he just need to live in his truth. Why are these artists continuously saying this about Diddy? Why? Why do they keep hinting at his sexual preference? It's just something that I caught. It's just something that I caught. Like, damn, they keep throwing that out there. They keep hinting at that. Catman says, is Diddy that rich he could just pay bail and not get jail? How does it work? Doesn't work like that. They're probably joking. AC says, long as you keep it over there and trying to turn me out, we good. Right, not trying to turn me out. Kashia says, Dawn already admitted he touched her. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Israelite Plight in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Salute, family. So let's get back to it. That's just something I had to put out there, man. Shout out to my man Shots. Appreciate you, Shots. Appreciate that super chat, man. He says, support the content. Hashtag great work. Shout out to my man DMW Shots in the building. I appreciate your support, bro. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. Shout out to the town, man. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. If you are in the vertical feed, make sure you double tap the screen, y'all.
Artists develop.
Now, hold up. Notice what he said. Notice what he said. That's key. That's key to what he said. Shout out to my brother Papa Flock in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to Israelite Plight. Appreciate you, family. Appreciate that $10 super chat. Shout out to my man Israelite Plight. Salute, salute, salute. Cashapp says it was a humiliation ritual. Not that exactly, but E.Ness just said what it was. He said nobody was ready to see back in the early 2000s what artist development and the hazing process was. Now, Cashapp says a humiliation ritual. Hazing is a part of the humiliation ritual. It is. Hazing is a part of the humiliation ritual. It is. Of course, it's not right. Of course, it's not right. Of course, it's not right. But remember what he just said. Before this making a band stuff that Diddy showed to the world, we didn't have a clue on what was actually going on. We heard a little bit of something, but we didn't actually know. You see? So y'all got to keep that in mind. Jimmy 45 in the building. What up, Jimmy? Salute. AC says, he said Diddy went through it. So you think he ain't about to do the same or worse? Yeah, he said Andre Harrell put him through the same thing. He did say that. He did say that. Let's get back to it. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, YouTube. If you just coming in, double tap the screen if you are in the vertical feed.
Sick of it.
Now, y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard what he just said. He said that they were adopting military-style tactics. Keep that in mind. This is what they were doing. Time to work. Salute, time to work. Military-style tactics. Now, we know that some people in the military break from these types of things. Some people in the military break. So imagine you thinking you just going somewhere to rap, and next thing you know, you ain't eating 3 days, but you still rapping. Bob says, hazing is not cool. And if you go through it, there's no guarantee that the hazing will ever stop. Wow. Shout out to Bob, man. Wow, I didn't know that, bro. I never thought of it like that. And now that you said that, that's true. That's true. Because what's hazing for the women? Because they have a hazing process as well. And it sounds like Cassie hazing never stopped. Dawn Richards hazing never stopped. Kim Porter's hazing never stopped. That was a great point, Bob. Shout out to you, bro. That was a great point. Shout out to Corey Love in the building. Salute. He says, Ness is glazing. He always had that sparkle in his eye for Yo, that's a good point though, Corey, because Ness was actually the only one left out of the band that was even working remotely close to Puff. He wrote a lot of shit for Puff. Ness even admitted it, and he got paid. So he might have always had that twinkle, twinkle little star. Because she says he made millions off the show and then left him with $500 maybe. Maybe. Shout out to Miss Country Girl Queena in the building. Another one of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to you, Miss Queena. How you doing today? We got 3 of our lovely lady mods in the building. Y'all shout them out. What up, young Reyes? What's good? D says sex working in the industry is the continuation of the hazing. That's interesting, D. Interesting. Jay Smart says it's called BDSM. Hazing is part of BDSM, Jay Smart? I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that hazing was a part of BDSM. I didn't know that. You might have just taught me something today, Jay Smart. I didn't know that. Yeah, he was still writing for Diddy. He sure was. Classy Creole says it can be. Yes, DS1. Why? I didn't know that. I'm not no shade towards you, sis, Classy Creole, but I ain't into all that BDSM. I'm not a freak like that. I'm not freaky like that. I'm not a 69 god. I'm not freaky like that, so I didn't know, I don't know the whole spectrum of BDSM. I didn't know that. Yeah, Mac. I don't, I don't. That's too, Yeah, that's crazy. Let's get back to it, y'all. Let's get back to it. If you are in the vertical feed, make sure you tap your screen twice so you can hit that like button, y'all. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. D says, what is DS1? Oh, that's an acronym for my name. Determined Successful One. And my friends call me Ross back in my old neighborhood. So that's how you get DS1 Ross. So Diddy, you heard what Ness just said? They didn't know that they were being recorded the whole time. So he was recording without their knowledge. So that means they did a whole reality show for free. Number one. Number two, Diddy was getting his perv on. Get your perv on. Now go get your perv on. Get your perv on. Who's that perv? Oh, you ain't know. That's what Missy said, right? Oh, you ain't know. Ain't no stopping me. Get your perv on. Quiet. Hush your mouth. Diddy in there watching them use the bathroom. He watching them girls take showers. He's a nut. This nigga's a pervert. Diddy's a pervert. Ness just said they was getting recorded. They didn't even know. Diddy was in the other room watching them all night. Now, if they didn't know that they were being recorded the whole time, you think it wasn't cameras in the bathroom? You think it wasn't cameras in the bedroom? You think it wasn't cameras in the ladies' room? See, when this type of content comes out about Diddy, this doesn't look good for him. This doesn't look good for him. This substantiates the story of him being a pervert and a freak. Because it's a freaky term called voyeurism. Diddy is a voyeur. He's a pervert. Voyeurism. He's a voyeur. He likes to watch and get himself off while he's watching. They did a whole reality show and didn't even know that they was a part of it. Imagine that. Imagine that, y'all. We all go on a trip. We don't even know we filming a goddamn reality show. They think they trying out to get their careers started. They don't even know that they filming a reality TV show for MTV. And Diddy is making millions of dollars off these kids before he even offered them something to eat. He's making millions of dollars off these kids before they even get something to eat. Because remember, E.Ness said they couldn't eat. They ain't eat for 2 days. The whole time the cameras is rolling. This is what we was watching. Making the band. Excited every goddamn week. I was one of them. I loved making the band. I loved making the band. Jay Smart says, the real world, Diddy Files. That was his version of the real world. Good point. Yeah, he's a sick dude. There's a Netflix movie about this. They got the Tubi movie is out right now about the Diddy trial. Israelite plight. Brandy says, Diddy is sneaky and messy. Yeah. Yep. He had them doing the Truman Show. Say that again. I watched it every time it came on. Me too. I watched it too. Triple Eight. Shout out to my guy Triple Eight. He says, it's hard to believe they didn't know they was making a show, making a band. And if you a grown-ass man and didn't eat in 2 days, my guy, that's on you. You a grown-ass man. Nah, Triple Eight. I mean, that's true. When you want to simply put it in, and if you want to simplify it all, facts. I totally agree. But you can't ignore the circumstance. Some people will sacrifice for their dream. You got to remember, we talking about P. Diddy, Triple Eight. In the early 2000s, Diddy was on top of the world, Triple Eight. So you get a chance to perform in front of Diddy, and they telling you, okay, you hungry? It's a store on the corner. But when you finish in the store, don't bring your ass back down the block. You see? That's what they was telling people, Triple Eight. Oh, you hungry? McDonald's is down the street. After you get your McDonald's, keep going down that street. Basically, either you hungry or you want to succeed. Which one? You want to feed your belly or you want to feed your dreams? See, so that was the circumstance. You see, This is why people were caught in the middle. This is where you get people who didn't wash their ass and didn't eat for 2-3 days. Ness was one of them. Ness was one of them. Because guess where Ness was going if he decided to go get something to eat, Triple Eight? He was going to take his ass back to South Philly and get remanded and go back to jail by his PO. You see? This is why Ness had to bite the bullet. Ness was turning in dirty urines, just got out of jail. So he like, it's either I starve or go back home and eat and go right back to jail. You see? You see? Yeah, the Tubi version. D says all the qualifications to be a Scorpio. What do you mean, D? What do you mean? Brandy says Diddy made them walk miles to not get him some cheesecake. It was for Beyonce. It was for Beyonce. D says threat, duress, and coercion. Tell her again, Jay Smart. Tell her again, Jay Smart, please. Yeah, Diddy is psychotic. Definitely. He's a sociopath with psychopathic tendencies. That's a fact. And under an unattended 48 to 72 hour fast. Freaking diabolical. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bite the bullet, bite the pillow. Oh, come on, D. Jay Smart says, nothing is worse than smelling like Fritos and don't forget a side of chopped onions. Because you know when some niggas don't wash up Jay Smart, they start smelling like hot dog cart onions. So don't forget that. Yeah, Diddy was on drugs. Diddy is still on drugs. Triple H says, I ain't say it wasn't true, DS1. I'm just saying, if you ain't eating and you got, well, that's true. That's facts. Totally agree. Oh, the description I gave of Diddy. Okay. Okay. Brandy says, I'm a Scorpio too, but I don't act like Diddy. Okay, Brandy. Okay, Brandy. D says, well, he's going cold turkey right now, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I believe that's why his mom, Diddy's mom, is afraid for his life. Bob says, I got to wash my ass. I get that onion smell. Bro said he get that onion smell. Right. No Scorpio slander in the chat. Right. Right, man. Y'all going in on Scorpios. Come on now. Y'all going in on them. But if y'all are here, if y'all just tapping in, double tap the screen if you are on the vertical feed. Let's get back to this video. Let's get back to this video. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame for getting in on his Diddy content. Go ahead and get on in on his Diddy content, Uncle Ra. You know, battle rap right now is not, you know, it's really not that interesting. So I see you getting your Diddy content on. So shout out to Uncle Ra. 15 Minutes of Fame, man. Let's get back to this. Shout out to E.Ness too, because he keeping it 100. Y'all heard what he just said? Making the band was American Idol and the real world combined. So Puff had the first reality TV show for black folk. Diddy was first. You see? And then who became one of first reality TV stars, Ray J. Ray J hangs out with who? Diddy. See how Ray J was that guy? The whole sex tape with him and Kim Kardashian and Ray J. See, all of these guys, if you pay attention, it be the same people. If you just pay attention, it's the same people. Same people. You see? Ray J. He's the face, the male face of Black reality television. Ray J's that guy. You see? Riz Lyricist, what's good? What's good? Right, Mac. We know Brandy's brother. Because remember, before he blew up and got famous because of a sex tape, he was Brandy's little brother. We didn't even know his name. We didn't even know Ray J's name. When Brandy was the star, he was just Brandy's little brother. We never knew his name. What brought him to prominence is a sex tape. Pay attention. That's how Ray J got his career off the ground. A sex tape. Yeah. The next thing you know, he's doing reality TV. Y'all got to understand how this stuff works, man. It's the same players. Same thing. But as we heard E.Ness speak on how during the Making a Band tryouts, how Diddy starved them. They couldn't eat. If they wanted something to eat, you got to go home. So now imagine getting the album done. You think they could leave the studio and get something to eat if they need an album turned in by a certain time? Huh? You think you could go have time to yourself when you got to have an album turned in, when you got to have a mixtape turned in, when you got to have a certain amount of songs done? See, I'm bringing this to y'all attention, not just because of what they saying about Diddy, but it's a teaching moment. This is a lesson that we should be learning. While you're looking at the fruits, the cars, the clothes, the jewelry, you're looking at the fruits. You don't have no idea the amount of labor that these people are putting in. You don't have no idea. You have no idea. But we constantly want to put our children through these industries. You see? And then we wonder why we hear the stories that we hear. This is why it's not cool to chase fame, y'all. Because fame will have you doing some strange things for some change. Fame will have you doing some strange things for a piece of change. Yeah. Let me say it again so you can understand. Because it's a double entendre. That's what they call it in hip hop. Fame and have you do something strange for a piece of change. For a piece of change and for a piece of change. You know, a change in lifestyle. You know, a change in income bracket. You know, a change in your car. You know, a change in your wardrobe. A change in your body. You could go get your body done. A change. People are doing strange things for a piece of change. That's what fame will have you doing. That's what fame will have you doing. We heard E.Ness just tell you what the producers was telling them. Oh, you hungry? Okay. We're not holding you hostage. Go get something to eat. Don't come back. When you come back, somebody will be in your spot. Oh, you that hungry? Okay, go eat. Have a good life. You don't want this opportunity. You want to eat. Fame, I have you doing something strange for a piece of change. See, it's bigger than the money, y'all. Some people want to change in friends. And some people don't know how to attract better people in their life, so they got to use things to attract people. So they'll use fame. They'll use their notoriety to have new friends, to have a new car, to have a new house. Change. See? Because you spell both changes the same way. You spell change like you need change for 100, the same way you spell change like you about to change your clothes. So this is what fame does to people. It'll have you not wash your ass for 3 days and get nothing to eat. And all you sitting there is rapping and stanking and hungry. Fame will have you do that. Fame will have you sacrifice your daily needs. Fame will have you sacrifice your friends, your family members, because you want a piece of change. Not just the money, but a piece of change in your life. You want change in your life. So you figure, I'll go through the vehicle of fame to get change. I'll see a change in my life when I become famous. Because you know, if you want to get on the express train track to success, a lot of people think you jump on the fame train. But what have we been seeing lately? Right, that's the question, Itch. How bad do you want this? See? How bad? Obviously, you don't want it that bad. You want to go out and eat. That's how they look at you. Purple Groovy. What's up, Purple Groovy? In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Great point. Great point. Dennis says, a black man on YouTube claims to be a woman. Okay, that's nice. D says, what has happened when content creators reach 100? What has happened when content creators reach 100,000 subscribers? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Jay Smart says, not at the expense of starving while holding my ish in. I'm just saying, hey, bro. Hey, I respect that. I respect that. But other people, they don't look at it like that, bro. They don't look at it like that, dog. Cynical says, we've seen what people do to each other for only 5 minutes of fame. Yep. Yep. We've saw what people would do for YouTube fame. So imagine being down with Puffy. You see? Imagine that. Just imagine. Now I know some of y'all not gonna budge. But a lot of y'all will consider. See? That's how fame works. You know, some of y'all just ain't been offered or been presented with the right opportunity yet. See, a lot of y'all be up here, y'all just be saying, oh yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do. A lot of y'all haven't even been tested for you to say what you not gonna do. Be careful. Be careful when you say you not gonna do certain things. Because a lot of y'all haven't been battle tested in that way yet. Because a lot of y'all done told on people at your job to get a goddamn raise. So what you would do to be down with Diddy? A lot of y'all go to work and be brown noses. Oh, look what she doing. Oh, I'm telling on her. Look what he doing. So imagine what people are doing to stay around a billionaire. You want to keep your job at Wendy's. So you told the boss because you need to pay your bills. Imagine a person who's standing in front of Sean Puffy Combs, standing in front of Sean Carter, Jay-Z. You think a nigga won't get on a table and get the... That's why you saw Bobby Shmurda on the table. People done worse for less. Y'all better keep that in mind. We talking about a billionaire here. We not talking about your neighborhood hustler. We talking about a billionaire who ran an entire city. Y'all forgot Diddy ran New York? You forgot when he did the marathon? The whole vote or die shit? He was running New York. The Ciroc boys, they was running New York. Do y'all know that? This is Ghost from Power, nigga. Puffy. He's Ghost from Power. Running the city, the key to the city. A whole criminal. Come on. Y'all better be careful, man. Oh, Diddy's free now? Is that breaking news? Black Bottle Boys. Facts, Riz lyricist. Facts. MOP does not run New York, Jay Smart. No, they don't. Sorry, buddy. Big Law says, would you go to a P. Diddy party? Hell no. I wouldn't even be invited. All those Diddy parties, people were sent invites. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all don't think you can walk into a Diddy party. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean about some of y'all. Some of y'all are not even equipped enough with enough information to even speak on certain shit. You think anybody could walk in a Diddy party? Everybody who was at a Diddy party got sent an invite. The wealthy people operate off RSVP. Ain't no flyers gonna be put on no polls. Ain't no Instagrams dropping no addresses. You get an invite. Yeah, they get sent invites. You get invited to a Diddy party. You don't just show up. It don't work like that. So to you common folk, I'm teaching you something right now. You can't just walk into an industry party, okay? Especially a Diddy party. You can't just walk in. Oh, I'm here. It's lit. Are y'all crazy? You think that's how them people roll? You think you could just walk up and hang out with Diddy? Huh? That's what you think? You think you could just walk into a Diddy party? Hey, I'm here. Man, y'all better wake up and smell a coffee, man. Yeah, y'all better wake up and smell a coffee. Everybody who's been at a Diddy party got invited. Okay? Diddy sends his secretaries and the administrative team, he sends them a list and tell them who he wants on there. Yeah, here's my list for my parties this year. The names that I have stars next to, I might tell you don't come. I might tell them don't come. Y'all better wake up. You thinking everybody just went into a Diddy party? Man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all people crazy. Shout out to my man Hubert. Hubert said, folks be telling on everybody at work for a 50-cent raise. Imagine what they would do for a few millions a year and access to a world of false abundance. Exactly. Exactly, my brother Hubert. Exactly. And a 50-cent raise is a big-ass raise. How about a 10-cent raise? Nigga tell for 10 extra cent on his paycheck. Because 50 cent, that's a big-ass raise, Hubert. 50 cent, that's a high raise right there. That's almost a whole dollar. Jay Smart says, if MOP doesn't run New York, then it better be someone more rugged than them. And damn sure it ain't these commercial ninjas. Shout out to Jay Smart. Brandy says, I wouldn't get invited to a Diddy satanic party. Neither would I. I talk too much. I talk too much. You know what they say about me, Classy Creole? I'm gonna fuck up the money. See, that's why I can't never be down with no shit like that. Cause I'm a nigga that's gonna come in there and flip the table. They're gonna be ready to kill me. I find out we at a goddamn seance. I'm flipping tables, pouring oil out, blowing the candles out, all that shit. They're gonna want to kill me. They're gonna want me to get up out of there. I talk too much to be at a Diddy party. I would never get invited to none of that shit. I talk too much. That's what they tell me. I'm gonna fuck up the money. you know, Classy Creole. That's what they tell me. DS1, you fucking up the money, bro. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. So when I tell y'all, a lot of people will be down with this stuff, man. I've saw people turn for less. I've literally saw people turn for less. So them getting starved at the tryouts and all of that, I don't even think E.Ness thinks anything is wrong with that. But again, when certain people view this stuff and they start sharing it and all of that, doesn't look good for Puff. Because all of these little tactics, they're going to use and they're going to relate it back to his character. Well, what type of man does this? What type of man does this? What type of person does da 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 and da 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 da? And why would you do da 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 da? And why did you go to this extent to do da 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 da? You see what I'm saying? So this is not good for Diddy. At this point, any bad press for him is gonna push him further and further under the goddamn ground. And I know Ness was glazing, because he was. Ness was glazing. But still don't look good. Just for him even saying that and bringing that out, it doesn't look good. Because what did Cassie say? Cassie said she was working under duress. How you got somebody working for you and they can't take a lunch break? They can't go take a lunch break. See that? You see? And she was your artist. Pay attention. This doesn't look good. And shout out to Uncle Ron, 15 Minutes of Fame. But Ness, you should have just kept your mouth shut, bro. You see? Because you didn't say nothing directly negative about Diddy. But what you said didn't make him look good either. What you said didn't make him look good either. Because you spoke on things that he's done that other people said that he do. So you were confirming what other people said. You were confirming allegations. See? Because a lot of y'all still writing Cassie off. But the more and more people tell their stories, those stories corroborates Cassie's. Because there's a lot of similar details. Diddy was doing some of the same shit. You see? So at this point, it's not looking good for him. This interview that E.Ness didn't make Diddy look good at all. It made him look like a monster. You got kids trying out to go live their dream and they can't eat nothing? So that's what you got to do to get the best out of a child, is to starve them? See, this is how they looking at this stuff. This is how they looking at this. Diddy's a monster. And they're going to say that he used his business, his prowess from him being a successful businessman as a way to abuse people. This is what they're going to do to Diddy. And they got a lot of proof because they have artists and producers who work for him. You see? You see? So all of that allegation word y'all like to use. Hey, we gonna see. Because now he's in jail until when? May 5th of 2025. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Make sure you double tap the screen if you are in the vertical feed. If you are new here, you're enjoying this content, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you notify every time we drop some new content right here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Also, don't forget to support the show. Cashapp $DS100 Network. Cashapp $DS100 Network is where you can financially support the show. Shout out to everyone and all of their financial support. Most importantly, I appreciate you guys being here. So shout out to everyone. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Like I said, don't hesitate. Get down in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. We will be back tomorrow with another show. We will be back tomorrow. SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV on Saturday, y'all. We will be back tomorrow with another show. So make sure your notification bells are on. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace. I forgot. Shout out to my lovely lady Mars for coming through and holding it down. Salute to all the visionaries, man. Can't forget about that. We out.